Yes, Rick, we are live. How's it going today, brother?
It's going, brother. And going to be another great show.
Oh, yeah, man. It is March 29th, 2021. We've got a fantastic show today, and I think everybody's really going to enjoy it. We have with us Brady Pesola from Gray Man Project, and he has graced us with his presence. He's got a huge following, former Marine, and now he's an entrepreneur and a motivational speaker. And Brady, thank you so much for being here today, pal.
Guys, I really appreciate you. I just want to give you compliments on that intro. It was fucking motive.
Oh, it's dope as shit. I know, man.
Am I good to cuss and swear? I apologize for sensitive ears, something like that. I'm allowed.
Yeah, we'll just click the exploit button or whatever the hell it is. And
explicit content, and we're good. We can do whatever we want. Yeah, man.
I was gonna say, if you had a beeper, you're gonna wear that bitch out with me.
No, but I think don't we have some applause going on?
Oh yeah. Oh wait, this is a full service operation we got here. You know.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
I got all these great things. I just forget to use them. You know, I'm in my advanced years. It's just lucky I can get this, on the show and everything. But we are live now, and it's a great honor to have you. We are big fans of your page. We repost a lot of your stuff, and you definitely have a gift, my friend. There's a couple guys out there that we really enjoy, and you're definitely one of them as far as the message and the comedic side of the house when you bring it. It's great. I understand you were in social media jail. Have you been bailed out yet?
So I don't know what it is, but I've been trying, and Instagram has not banned me yet. I do have a TikTok following, about 310,000 followers, and don't ask me how that fucking managed to happen, because I'm a jackass, and all I did was get on there and start talking about. My first video on that was like, hey, there are 3 things you can carry with you in the world that aren't considered weapons that you can get away with, and that's Sharpie, flashlight, and a belt. And the next day I woke up with about 10,000 followers. I'm like, what just fucking happened here?
Mm-hmm.
And apparently TikTok is not for children anymore. But then I keep getting banned off Facebook. And then TikTok banned me for a week because, I pissed off some woke person. I don't know who they were, but they were like, it's a long story, but yeah. But for some reason, Instagram is still patient with me. So I still post to Instagram when I can. Most of the videos that I post to Instagram are videos that have been taken down from TikTok. I'm like, who liked this? My Instagram following would.
Yeah. Well, how many do you have on Instagram right now?
Not a lot, just it's 14,000. It's not quite where War HOGG is, but from this time last year, I'm up from 2,400.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Brady, here's the deal, brother. Just understand this, right? I call it social marketing because that's what it is. Okay. Instagram, Facebook, I'm not a TikToker, so I got a hard enough time just dealing with those two. They're not going to give you any traction. That's the bottom line. You're within that window of badness, according to them. There for a while, it would be funny. I put one post on there. I gained exactly 115 followers during this 1 week period. I lost exactly 115. So they've got their magic backdoor stuff they're doing. So it is what it is. You try to leverage those around as well to help pass the message. But at the end of the day, it's funny because you talk about, TikTok kind of threw you in jail or whatever, but all these social platforms want the benefits of Section 230, but then they turn around and act like, the editors and scratch your content. So I'm like, guys, somebody's got to do something to fix that, because here I am, along with all of us, we're trying to make a living by using these platforms. I got it. They're free, but you know what? Tell me there's censorship going on. I'll call you a fool. So yeah, just Rick's 2 cents.
I agree 100%. There is censorship going on. What's funny is someone introduced me into Clapper. Clapper is the second wave of TikTok, and they literally shit on TikTok, and it's hilarious. In fact, their intro video is basically, here's the videos we promote, and here's the videos we don't promote, and it's videos showing the TikTok watermark, and it's basically under key saying, don't show that fucking trash around here. We'll promote your shit as long as you don't. So Clapper literally says, freedom of expression. You want to talk about guns? Fucking talk about guns. You want to talk about this one? And it's literally a TikTok platform. And if once you start get on TikTok, you understand the platform, how it works. It's actually pretty nice. So I encourage everyone to jump on Clapper. It's TikTok, but for adults. Here's the thing about social media. It's free. It's an amazing tool if used properly. But the problem is folks in our industry, when it comes to, firearms, gray man, tactical, tactitool, all that stuff. Yeah, we tend to get censored a little bit. I wouldn't say a little bit. I would say quite a bit. Even yesterday, that video I made about my knife, that Gerber, which I've been corrected as the strong arm by the knife snobs. They took that one down, and I appealed it. And I was like, look, guys, this knife is used for survival. I'm teaching survival courses. And they're like, all right, fine. You can have it back up, Mr. Survival guy. Yeah. So, but for some reason, I haven't been banned yet on TikTok. But I think everyone needs to jump on social media and learn how to navigate, especially in our community, navigating the algorithms, and here's the thing. I mean, when I first jumped on TikTok, Instagram, I was like, how do I get followers? And I looked at a couple friends of mine's, either tits or guns. That's how you get big on Instagram. Lots of pictures of guns and lots of pictures of tits. And if you have a social media site that has both, well, then I think you're killing it.
Yeah. Those gun bunny sites, man, they have massive followings. And, you're right about that. Hey, do us a favor. For those who are listening that are not familiar with you or Gray Man Project, why don't you give us a little backstory of where you started from? You don't have to go all the way back to, your childhood or anything unless you want to, but kind of how'd you get started on this path and ended up where you are now?
So a long time ago, so I was a Marine for 8 years. I got out after my first 4 years as a pogue. I was a radio whopper, 1st Battalion, 12th Marines out of Hawaii. Not one fucking combat deployment under my fucking belt. We were the height of the war artillery unit. We never deployed, which don't ask. I don't fucking know. A shitbag fucking unit. Anyway, I got out, got recalled, and I'm like, all right, fucking cool. And they're like, base MP, bitch. And I'm like, how do you recall a radio operator from an artillery unit to be an MP? Whatever. They promoted me to sergeant, and I was like, fine. So I did that for a year and a half, got out, and then went to college, went to a police academy. You can go as an open enrollee, and turns out there's some things in my background. They're like, can't be a police officer. I'm like, whatever. So I continued my college degree and started a survival school called the San Diego School of Survival. And I also became a firearms instructor at a place called Glock Store here in San Diego as well, with the infamous Lemmy Gill. And so I did that for 4.5 years as a firearms instructor and started my survival school. And that kind of entered my gateway into learning a lot about just the tactical world, the shooting world, the 2A world. I already knew survival growing up as a kid. I grew up on a farm in Minnesota. My dad fucking gave me a knife, gave me a gun, go out to the woods, fuck off, leave me alone. So, and we're on the farm running, hunting, trapping, tracking, fishing, all that good stuff. So I knew that stuff. So I was like, I'm going to teach that stuff. And because here in San Diego, there's a very large outdoor community out here, but they tend to be more, don't stack rocks and don't step on that grass. And my pretentiousness elevates me above the ground, so I don't even leave footprints. So they're really not terribly into a lot of the shit that I want to teach. Like, you carry a gun? Oh my God. Yeah. Is that a knife? Why do you need a knife? Oh, yes. So I kind of gave it up on teaching survival. I still do. I teach land nav. I have my own land nav course out here, and I teach guys that are going into selection courses and stuff like that, which works out really well. So fast forward, get done at Glock Store. I find a job as a protection agent, and I've been doing exec protection. I'm a private investigator as well. But last year, when COVID happened, I was like, I want to bring preparedness in a more pragmatic and edible format, because preparedness, as unfortunately Discovery Channel has done for all of us, has made it the image of a fat fuck in a rascal shooting machine guns somewhere. And I'm like, you know, they take preparedness and they package it as this right-wing conspiracy type of thing. But I think everyone should be prepared. My wife is half Vietnamese, and if you're ever married to an Asian woman, they are low-key fucking preppers. So when COVID happened, they asked my wife, I was, "Are we have toilet paper?" And she goes, "How dare you insult me with such fucking peasant questions?" So we had what we needed. So, and I was like, "You're right. I apologize." So I wanted, you know, I was protecting a client in West Hollywood, and I see it was hilarious to me to see how many people were unprepared, how many people were fucking scared. And it's like, why can't we take preparedness in a more pragmatic approach, a more friendlier approach, and say, hey, preparedness isn't just about guns and food storage. It's about just having a good mindset, having an intellectual approach to it. And I've known about the gray man for years, being exec protection agent, being a private investigator. We know about gray man. And unfortunately, in the tactical community, the gray man has been adopted as this 5'11" patch cap operator, go to the airport with a bag and go, gray man. Okay, well, look, fuckstick, that's not how it works. And I think we need to take the idea of a gray man instead of I go to the range, I know how to lockpick, I know how to hack kind of stupid shit that I see all the time, and more of an intellectual aspect of who am I as a person? How can I inject myself into a social situation as a stem cell and absorb that culture, that society, and be able to blend in? Because that's what we talk about when it comes to gray man, is the ability to blend in. Social camouflage, physical camouflage, emotional camouflage, and camouflage as far as your skills go. So the idea of the whole gray man thing came from, I guess, preppers who were like, well, if the world ends, I'm going to dress up like that guy in fucking, what's that movie with Denzel Washington? Excuse me, I'm breaking character. What's that movie, Denzel Washington? He, you know.
Oh,
Book of Eli. I'm going to dress up like Book of Eli and blend in with my environment. Oh, that's, well, it's not going to happen. But I wanted to, like I said, create a pragmatic approach to the gray man. And I think gray man has a lot of facets onto it. Preparedness, situational awareness. There's a lot of soft skills. And I think people undervalue soft skills. They're about, hey, I want to shoot. I want to do this, I want to do that. But where are the soft skills? Your ability to verbally de-escalate situations, your ability to observe human behavior, your ability to observe humans objectively, unemotionally, without bias, and apply that. I just want people to be fucking smarter about our community, you know. That's basically why I did that, was, hey, how can I bring an intellectual, palatable aspect of preparedness and gray man to Skylar and Tiffany in fucking West Hollywood in their 900 square foot studio, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Are you surprised at the number of folks that still aren't thinking the way that you're suggesting now? I mean, because if what just happened isn't going to convince some people, those people, I guess, are never going to be convinced of it. Do you agree?
Both in our own community and in the in outside communities than what we practice. Absolutely, 100%. People have not learned their lesson. It's the same people that live in the hurricane zone that are all of a sudden, you know, caught off guard by a fucking hurricane. You live in Miami, you live in Louisiana, you live in the Carolinas. How is this a fucking surprise to you? Why do you not have a stack of boards outside your house? Well, Jenny, go get the boards. A tornado. No, they're like, oh my God, I didn't expect this to happen. What's happening? This is a hurricane. I've never heard this before. Yeah. It's like, dude, you know what's happening. Why is it a surprise? And people have that control alt delete when it comes to their mind. Once they get to that place of happiness, that stagnation, they're like, oh, you know, we're fine. We survived. We'll move on the next time. And I think what happens when people realize that they're fine, they're like, oh, we'll deal this again. We'll burn that bridge when it happens again. And people don't learn. And so then people look at preppers and they laugh at them, and preppers are going, ha, you stupid fuck. I'm going back to my bunker. Enjoy your shit. And you got to look at them and respect them. Like, they know what's going on. They know what's happening. And we may think they're conspiracy theorists. And I give them a little shit every once in a while, but they're on the game. They're the ones that are going to be happy, comfortable when everyone's trying to scramble and find basic resources that they don't have. Water, food, things like that.
But, you know, you hit the nail on the head. So if you look at people where they live at geographically, you know, I'm here in the Carolinas. Yep. Do we have stock kind of year round because that's just what we do? Yeah, because we've got crappy weather potentially all the time. So why wouldn't you have, and I'm not sitting there saying we've got our underground lair. Maybe I do, maybe I don't, you know, I'm not going to tell anybody. But the point being, it goes back to exactly what you're saying. It's common sense. So like when the pandemic hits and everyone goes, oh my God, we're all going to die. Okay, well, do you not have enough stuff just to hang out at the house for a bit? You know, I mean, come on, man. The toilet, I have yet to figure out the whole toilet paper thing and what even got that craziness going. But,
yeah,
you know, if you're running one roll at a time, you know, and running the store for each one, I guess shame on you. You know, get you the old phone book if you can find one. But
next to all our toilet paper, you can find receipts that say on sale from Costco. My wife's an on sale, you know.
Sure.
She's on it, you know, and I have no idea where the whole toilet paper, and they try to start this shit with the fucking boat in the canal. They're like, well, the boat's stuck in the canal like a corn in a turd, so we should probably go out and get, and I apologize for using that stereotypical voice. I don't know why I use it. I'm from Minnesota. I have the worst fucking accent. It's a Canadian. It's going, hey there, bud, how you fucking doing? You want to go out and get a beer and a burger? Try and pick up a woman with that fucking accent. Hey there, what's your name? You want to go out there and get a beer and a burger? And she's like, fucking no. I don't know what shit came out of your mouth, but unfuck that before you come at me again.
Oh, man.
So I can't. But anyway, but there's people out there that I have no idea why. The boat got stuck in the canal, and the first thing I heard on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook was, well, we should probably go out and get some toilet paper. What the fuck are you talking about?
Sure.
Well, it was a really big tanker. I mean, it had a lot of boxes on it. So, you know.
Yeah. I was 100% sure they fucking Fast and Furious drifted in that canal. I watched this.
Dude.
So, Brady, I
don't know how the hell they even say how that occurred.
Oh, big wind. I don't know how a big fuck off wind got that thing across.
Big wind?
Basically, basically a big wind. And I loved all the
yeah, I could see all the memes. Oh,
all the memes and stuff like that.
It's like, there's my bullets, you know?
Yeah.
That's a reason why I just paid $1 per round for 5.56.
They're all on that ship. Damn it. I'm sorry, Rick. Were you going to say somebody?
No, I was going to say, Brady, are you wearing your gray man shirt?
I am wearing a shirt from Poncho Outdoors. Where is it? Right. It's right there. It's the little plug. I actually just, you know what's funny is I actually do like the color gray. It's one of my favorite colors. That has nothing to do with being the gray man. So I show up and people are like, it's a little excessively gray, don't you think? And I'm like, fucking love the color. But this is Poncho Outdoors. It's one of my favorite companies. They actually have decent shirts that are form-fitting and actually functional. What I like about clothing that I pick and choose is I like clothing that I can wear in multiple environments. Cool is one of them, where I'm able to wear both and outdoors, be comfortable, but also even protecting a client, believe it or not, looking good in, obviously you have to look presentable and wear what your client wears. And so if I'm in places like Hollywood or LA or Beverly Hills, protecting a client, the days of wearing suit and ties these days just don't fucking happen for EP anymore. A lot of clients looking like how they look because they don't want to stand out. They don't want a bunch of, Arnold Schwarzeneggers behind them in suits and ties. They want guys that are, that do, dress like they dress, that are pretty smart, intelligent, casual folks. So a lot of the clothes that I like to wear, I'm able to fit in both environments, both out in the wilderness and even in town with the same shirt. So, so a lot of my clothes are more conscious about, hey, today we're going to go outdoors. So I have clients say, hey, we're going to go hiking. I'm like, well, shit, the clothes I'm wearing are great right now, even down to the shoes I was wearing. So I'm more conscious about clothing now, like merino wool, moisture wicking. And especially since I'm doing EP and I'm with clients, if it's a hot day, especially in Southern California here, I want to make sure I don't stink. So a lot of moisture wicking clothes, undershirts and stuff I wear because they absorb smell. Body
But
odor.
don't you have a gray man? I thought you had a shirt line.
No, I don't. I'm bad on merch.
Okay, so that was somebody else's then.
Yeah, no. What are you pertaining to?
I thought you had the gray man shirt.
No, that's not me. There are a bunch of other gray man TikTok account, or I'm sorry, Instagram accounts. Some spell GREY.
No, now I'm gonna go look, because now you got me curious, because I thought it was yours, not account wise, a shirt wise.
No,
no, be the gray man. Okay,
I would. You know, that's not a bad idea though.
Now you got me curious, George.
I do have some merch. I do have some merch on my Teespring. You know, like there are some of them are undercover, some of them aren't. Some are over GMP. There's one that I've made. It's called Environmentally Aware, and it has a little gecko on it, or a chameleon on it, which I thought was pretty clever. Environmentally, I'm aware of my environment around me, and a chameleon camouflages in. So a couple of my friends were like, "That's actually pretty funny."
Yeah, that's
I'm designing some logos and some shirts and stuff like that, but I'm so bad at pushing out merch. But if you guys want, you can go on my link in my bio on my TikTok, and you can go in there to Teespring and support it. I got patches too, because everyone loves.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everybody loves patches. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your plug's not quite
shameless plugs.
Shameless plugs.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, if you're listening on Apple, Spotify, iHeart, Amazon, Audible, or Music, we're now on. What did we get on today, Rick? Pandora.
Oh.
Yeah, we're also we're moving up there, and we're also on Google. We're on Listen Notes. Go ahead and hammer those like buttons, smash those subscription buttons. Go ahead and give us a comment, leave us a rating. See if we can't jump all over and grunge this freaking algorithm. But anyway, you know, Brady, I saw a video of you, and you know, the Army has the boots to business. You know, Rick talks about every now and then. I saw that you were speaking to some, I think it was some veterans or some service members that were about ready to get out a few years ago. Do you still do that kind of stuff and help groom and you know, give some ideas to folks who are getting ready to leave the uniformed services?
Sure. Yeah. So that was a few years ago. That was a defunct organization that doesn't exist anymore. But it was this thing that was put on for military and veterans. Civilian ran it. It's no longer up anymore. But they kept that video up, which I appreciated. And that speech was in front of 1,000 veterans, including Mark Cuban, Tyler Merritt from Nine Line, the owner of Grunt Style. So I was shitting my pants when I was up there. To be honest with you, but the message I was spreading was what I call the tools for civilian wilderness, and I feel that's what a lot of veterans experience when they get out of the military is a civilian wilderness. And what I equated it to was when you get dropped off at the PCT, it's right down here on the Mexican border, and you look in front of you, you know it goes somewhere. You see footsteps. You're not sure where they go, but you know that if you follow them, you're going to figure it out. People have been there before. And my thing was telling veterans, hey, look, man, don't be afraid to get out. You know, don't be afraid to experience it. And there's footprints of people there before. You just got to reach out and help out. And, you know, I gave them some tools. And I do like helping out my fellow veterans. What I don't broadcast a lot to people is I've been running a nonprofit for the last 4.5 years called Triple B Adventures, which we take veterans out hunting, hiking, camping, fishing here in San Diego and Southern California. And we've been doing that for, again, 4.5 years. Started in 2016. We didn't get our nonprofit until 2017 around March. And we've been having an event every single month without fail, with the exception of COVID, obviously. We didn't want to risk the 501c3, so we played by the rules. But that being said, yeah, we've had an event every single month, and, you know, I throw my number out there to every veteran I can. You know, if you call me at 2 a.m. and need help, I'll pick up, I'll answer. We'll go have a beer. We'll grab a whiskey. We'll go do something. I'll talk you off the ledge. And so I am committed to the veteran community, my fellow veterans, my brothers. Sometimes people might think I'm a little harsh on them, but it's all out of love, because I'm just tired of seeing our veteran community turn into Victims. I'm tired of seeing the victim mentality being bled into our community. You know, we were anything but victims. We were alpha apex predators back when we were served, man. We were lethal fucking creatures, mind, body, and spirit. I mean, everything that we did was towards killing the enemy or somebody. And when guys get out, you know, they let that depression sink in and that anxiety sink in. And then they're all of a sudden turn around. It's like, well, some libtard made fun of me. Who gives a shit, bro? I've seen you make fun of crazy shit. You know, what someone says about you is not, dude, laugh. It's okay if someone makes fun of us. We're not a protected, you know, I hate the idea that veterans become a protected class. I feel almost insulted. I don't need protection. I'm my own fucking man. I'm a grown-ass man. I don't need what someone's words, what someone says about me is none of my business. I give power to those words, and I can either say, hey, I'm going to take offense. You choose to take offense to shit, man. And these veterans are taking, you remember years ago, Under Armour did this. It was basically the flag of Iwo Jima, but it was a basketball court and a bunch of people were holding it up. And the Marines lost their fucking minds. And I was like, really? We have people smoke checking themselves every single day, and you're pissed off because Under Armour did an effigy of the fucking flag of Iwo Jima? Really? Well, bro, you're not a true Marine. Well, let's avoid the no true Scotsman fallacy, fuckstick, and concentrate on things. And I am a bit harsh on my veteran community. I'm tired of seeing the victim mentality. I'm tired of seeing folks sit there and go, the woe is me. Well, look, I ask every single veteran, ask your 20-year-old self, if they saw you today, would they kick your fucking ass? Who are you at 20 years old? Obviously, it's different than we're old men now. We're old men. But there's a lot of us old men that sit there and say, I'm a bad motherfucker. I'm a tiger. I'm a lion. I'm a wolf. I'm a sheepdog, which gets way the fuck overused in our community. I'm a sheepdog. Really? You're fucking 40 pounds overweight and you haven't run a fucking mile in 15 years at least. Well, I got a gun. It's like you and I both know it's a lot more than a fucking gun to be a badass. It's mind, it's body, and it's spirit, you know? Yeah. And so these guys, in one sense, will say, I'll fucking beat that guy's ass and I'll fucking protect my family. And then in the second round, it's like, oh, it's like, pick one or the other. And it's fine. We all have our own shit to work on. I get it, dude. I've been in the fucking dumps. I've been down in there, but I figured my way out. I dug myself out of my hole. And there's a few ways I did it, you know? I mean, I tried the medication bag, the Zoloft. Oh, don't do that shit. Those SSRIs will murder your fucking mind because they know try and get your mind to murder yourself. But there's other ways, you know. I took up Stoic philosophy 3 years ago, and I've honestly found a lot of comfort in Stoic philosophy. And I've looked at Stoic philosophy and I was like, holy shit, this mirrors my way of thinking. And I've asked a lot of veterans, you know, I say, take a look at this. And they're like, fuck, dude, I kind of think like that. And I almost thought to myself, what if we tell veterans the way they think isn't fucked up? But the way they think is a 2,500 of philosophy. What would veterans think about the way they think then? Because we always get told, right? We're always told, you lack empathy. You're a fucking sociopath. You're a psychopath. It's not that I lack empathy. I just choose when empathy is necessary. I don't feel emotional all the time. I laugh. I joke. I get mad sometimes, mostly when I haven't eaten in 12 hours. But, you know, we feel a certain way, but we reserve it, right? Like if my buddy trips, falls, and bangs his head and gushes his head open, I don't have empathy. I'm going to laugh at him. I'm going to help him out. I'm going to apply first aid. I'm like, you fucking retard.
Sucks to be you.
Sucks to be you, dickbag. You know, we reserve empathy for shit for people that are helpless, kids, women who have been hurt. You know, puppies, dogs. Like I have more empathy for a fucking puppy than I do some of my fucking buddies, to be honest with you. And I love them, but we reserve empathy, and it's kind of like when we're, you know. I'm not a combat guy. I'll say it straight up. I'm not a combat, never been in. But we've been trained. If my buddy goes down, we yell, corpsman up, apply aid, and keep fighting the enemy. We don't have time to go, oh, my buddy is down. We fucking keep going, right? That's what we're trained to do. Why can't we apply that logic in life? Why can't we set aside our emotional biases? Why can't we observe our emotions as they're happening objectively? I'm not saying we can't have emotion. Emotion is very useful. Emotion is a thing that makes us human beings, right? But why can't we inject some logic serum into the cancerous emotions that make us feel what we feel, right? Emotion is a major influencer, and we veterans experience it all the time. Loneliness, depression, anxiety, those are some severe emotions. Now, we're always taught never, ever make a decision under the influence of emotion or under the influence of drugs and alcohol. That logic, why would we ever make a decision under the influence of emotion? Emotion is a huge influencer. The chemicals that exist inside of our bodies are cocktails for fucking trouble, right? Joy, arousal, serotonin. If we make decisions under those influences, our outcomes are going to be based on emotional decisions rather than logical decisions. And we want a better outcome, we should try and strive for more logical applications, if that makes sense. If you look at things like depression is a massive, massive breakdown in our mind, and veterans experience it every single day. Our body wants us to survive. There are so many mechanisms within our brain for survival. There's so many survival mechanisms, but depression is one of those things that turns them all off. It makes you want to look at the end of the rope as a friend, or the end of a pistol as a friend. It doesn't make any logical sense to want to commit suicide. Your brain is influencing you. So if we recognize the emotions that we're feeling as veterans and say, I'm feeling anger right now, sadness, depression, loneliness, anxiety. Why am I feeling that way right now? These are the questions you need to ask yourself so you can maintain an objective observation is, why am I feeling this way? Is the way I'm feeling necessary? Is the way I'm feeling logical? Can I be better than this? If you were able to attack and recognize emotions that are happening, I think we veterans can improve our survivability, our logical outcomes, improve our lives, our happiness, and achieve what they call in Stoicism eudaimonia, which is Stoic happiness. It's accepting that there are two things that I can control in my life, my emotions and my actions. And if I control my emotions, I can control my actions. That's it. That's all you got. So people talk about regret, I lost my buddy, I lost my friend. There's nothing you can fucking do about that. Those things happened because they happened. And that's it. There's nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do in your life can change that. So you accept that, embrace that, and move forward in your life and use that as a tool to help develop yourself. It's called amor fati, love fate. I crashed my car, love fate. Okay, I'm going to grow from this. I said something mean to somebody. Shit. And they unfriended me. You know what? I deserve that. Amor fati. Love fate. I fucked up. Accept things as they happen. You lose your job. You lose your marriage. Whatever it is. Amor fati. I love this. I will grow from this. I'll be better for this. I'll move on. And I think a lot of veterans, if they started reading Stoic philosophy, I'm not trying to preach Jesus or any fucking thing like that, but this is an actual logical philosophy that I've helped with veterans, that I've helped myself, and that's pulled me out of the funk. That's allowed me opportunities that I wouldn't have unless I started actually reading and starting applying a logic in my life and recognizing emotions that I experience.
But Brady, with that, do you find kind of the veterans you're dealing with are kind of lost directionally as far as what they want to do? So yeah. I know a lot of guys, it's, depending how long they put in, it seems like their identity is more and more tied, to that branch of service, their rank, duty position, whatever it is. And I think that's really the part when you look at the quote unquote transition of a service member is no one's ever plugging guys in to go, what's your purpose? What's your drive? I can remember me getting out was basically Army going, hey, give me my crap back. Hey, here's how you write a resume. Have a good life. I don't want to write a resume. I worked for the man for 29 years. I want to be the man. So you do something like a boost to business class, and I'm sitting there walking out of there going, really? My success is going to SBA to get a loan? Nobody talked about, getting a logo, how to work social, marketing, any of that stuff. And you're out there trying to figure this stuff out as you go. To me, that's the real kind of crime to all this, is not setting guys up for success to go, cool, man, got it. At this point, that rank, if you want to hold on to it, and some people, stick it in front of their name, put retired, If you need that to get you through a little bit, sure, go ahead. But you've got to understand, you got to start cutting those ties to go, you are you. What's the next chapter of life? What's your passion? What's your drive? And it's like, I tell everyone, go be an entrepreneur. I care less what you're doing. There's a specific reason why I'm in the firearms world. We can get into that later on. But the point being, it wasn't like that was my last ditch effort. It wasn't like I got out in 2017, like, man, I got to go make some money. What am I doing? Nope. This was already established beforehand. But I've seen guys, whether they're craftsmen and stuff, brewing beer. I care less what your passion is. Go for that. And trust me, the happiness will be there. So I just wish that was pushed more to guys getting out.
110%, and there's a double-edged sword, right? We want the military to be able to teach us how to get out, right? We've served our time, whether it's 4, 8, or 30 years. You serve your time. You hope the military will help prepare you for the exodus, depending on when you get out. But on the other side of the sword, if you know you're getting out, isn't it your responsibility to figure yourself out, figure out what you want to do, and prepare yourself? And that's the thing, that's personal responsibility, that if you know you're going to retire pretty soon or get out pretty soon, what are you doing as a man or woman that's getting out to prepare yourself for your next step? And I agree in the beginning what you said, we lose our identity. Our identity is the one thing that keeps us. And that's what causes a lot of anxiety and depression in veterans, because when you get out, man, when you were in the military, you were important. Man, you did so many different things. You were part of something. You were part of this big, grand idea, the U.S. military. You were part of this machine. When you get out, all this training, shooting guns, doing land nav, doing all these things, humping, right? All those things were important, but they mean absolute dick when you get out and you start asking yourself, man, what do I do now? What am I doing? How do I translate this? And a lot of people get upset because they can't figure out how to translate their skills. Of course, when we get in, we're told by recruiters, it's your skills are hireable. You're going to be making $100,000 right off the bat. And we were like, no, that's not going to happen. But you're absolutely right, man. People get out and they lose that identity and they don't know what to do next. That's why a lot of guys go off and be police officers, firefighters, or contractors, or whatever, because they're still serving. And I think we in the military have a serving mindset. We're willing to serve the greater good. That's something that we take pride in. But and that's why not a lot of veterans make good entrepreneurs, because they have no one to serve. And they don't realize as an entrepreneur, it's a very selfish type of endeavor. You have to be willing to go the distance. No one's going to tell you what to do. You're going to have to go out there, find shit yourself, and figure out a way to get a hold of resources you need. I learned how to make logos myself, videos myself, editing. I got on a $3,200 computer I got right here, plus a drone and a DSLR, so I could shoot videos for the Gray Man Project and do actual YouTube videos. And then I had planned, and then last year, June, BLM started burning down half of Los Angeles, and work kicked up, and things have been crazy since then. So I haven't been able to. So I've been only make a couple videos here and there. But go back to getting out. It's not just on the military isn't there to help you transition. The military is there to train you to fucking cause hate and discontent and make the grass grow. Mm-hmm. It's your job before you get out to recognize what you're good at, exploit that skill, and go out and do it and prepare yourself. Because if you know you're getting out, right, you need to prepare yourself. It's not the military's job. As much as we would love the military prepares for it, it's not their fucking job. It's not their problem. You served your time.
Yeah. So here's the thing. It's not saying it's their job to prepare you, right? But they sit there and kind of give you your classes. Hey, here's how to write a resume. So they're doing some things. But to me, the key mark that's missed is, hey, man, plant the seed. Because some of these guys, I don't think get it or aren't thinking, hey, when I step out the door, that's all behind me. Mm-hmm. And it's just dropping that tidbit to go, hey, guys, check it out. Kind of check your identity. Thank you for your service. I get all that. But, man, if that's tied to you, that's just going to be some issues, dramas down the road. So I don't think anything is planted, just to give guys a heads up, because I don't think people really think about it in that context.
You're 100%
is my
right.
guess.
You're 100% right. You know, we go taps and tamps. It needs to be fucking updated, because when I was getting out, we had a World War II vet teaching us how to write a fucking resume. Like, dude, how long have you been fucking retired? It is 2009. Like, what? Who fucking brought this guy? It was like, I just want to volunteer. Like, look, much respect, old timer, but what the fuck? We need someone my age teach how to write a resume to get in the fucking business environment. One thing I tell veterans every single chance I get, you're not a Marine. You're not a soldier. You're not a sailor. You're not a fucking airman. You're now a civilian with military experience, and your job is to figure out how to articulate that experience in a way that you can present that skill to an employer where they can profit off it and compensate you at fair market value. That's the down and fucking dirty of our job market. You need to learn how to articulate your skills. So that people can recognize it, but you have to shed that identity. I call it the Uncle Rico Veteran Society. You got guys that served 4 years that are like, I could throw a football over that mountain. It's like, do you want a fucking letter jacket? You know, showing your Afghan Iraq patches or what you did? Fucking, it's like, dude, yes, we get it. We get it. I get it, man. Just fucking, I love my veterans, man. I absolutely do. But fuck me, you guys have to stop thinking that you're still in the military. You haven't seen your dick in 4 years. Start working on fucking building, like getting back into shape. A lot of guys get depressed. It's like, dude, work on your body. I guarantee the more in shape you get, the better off you're going to feel. Because once you start seeing your dick again, trust me, that's a boost of confidence. You know, if pants fit better, fuck, dude, I started looking pretty good. Your shirt fits, and you stop. You know, I don't know about you guys, but I got to a certain point where I would take a t-shirt that was nice and tight around my chest and arms, great. But I looked down, like, what kind of clusterfuck is stretch that t-shirt out? You know, the belly. You know, you're doing squats in your jeans to kind of loosen them up. You're like, fuck yeah, I look good, right? Imagine being able to fucking wear that shit without having to fucking do it. Oh shit, this came right out of the dryer and I can wear it. And this fucking looks good, you know? We fat boys fear the fucking dryer, don't we? When this shit comes out, we're like, it's gonna, you know what? Get in shape with your mind and your body. And trust me, the more in shape you get with your body, the better in shape you get. And stop getting fat when you got out the military. I know you want to fucking stop running just to spite first sergeant, but trust me, it'll do you a long ways to keep that energy going, that motivation going. The more that you exercise, the more shit you're actually going to experience, like dopamines and serotonin in your fucking brain. And that's one of the things a lot of guys do. But yeah, I mean, when they need to update taps and taps big time. I mean, that's the other thing is I get chewed out all the time for this, but I've never been to the VA. Never got a rating. Never. Because I was always like, well, fuck, I didn't do shit. You know, now my knees are screaming at me. I can't fucking hear, you know, or maybe I just choose not to hear my wife. But, you know, whatever it is, it's just like my fucking, you know, my brain's off in a different direction now, you know, and the older I get, I realize like, oh, you know, I'm feeling this compressed disc back here from when an MRE box dropped in my fucking head in the middle of the night off of a 7-ton. Okay, I understand why I feel I probably should have gone to the VA for that one or gone to the medical for that one. But we're taught, it's like, dude, my arm's blown off. Just a scratch. Give me water, change my socks and Motrin. We'll fucking move on and fight. Well, when you become an old man, you know, and I don't know how old you fellas are, you know, I'm 37, you know, but
29 right here.
Yeah, 36.
There you go. There you go. You know, it's just, you start feeling like, fuck, man. So guys, take care of yourself. When you get out of the military, take care of yourself, man. Keep that exercise going. Keep your mind sharp. Stay lethal. And lethality isn't just about taking the fight to the enemy. Lethality is who you are as a man or as a woman. Do you still have that lethal intent that if you needed to, you could defend your family? Because it's not more than just carrying a gun. Yeah, it's been scientifically proven that the more fit you are, the better thinker you are, the better cognitive thinker you are. I talk about in preparedness with preppers and things like that. Physical preparedness is very important. Look, if you think you're going to get your fucking Mosin Nagant with Finnish and Russian parts on and shoot from your fucking, you know, take from a kneeling position outside your farmhouse from 50 fucking yards, and if you start standing up being Wheezy McWeezerstein because you fucking had to stand up from your knee, you're going to fucking lose the fight. All right? Get into shape. Physical preparedness is just as important as food and ammo and water and all that shit, you know, and people don't understand that. You have to be more intellectual about your everyday grind. That's why situational awareness is important, because it's an intellectual aspect of preparedness and tactical thinking. Situational awareness is my face is out of my phone and ooh, yoga pants. Oh, that guy's got 8-8 on his neck. You guys know what 8-8 is? It's a Heil Hitler in code for bikers and stuff like that. But you start noticing things around you. We're taught that. That gets your brain working. That's not just, hey, I'm going to save my life. It's my brain is functioning. My brain, I'm up, I'm awake, I'm around, I'm being cognizant, you know, looking at the area around you, the behavior, human behavior. You know, check out my friends from Arcadia Cognerati. The guy that runs that is Brian Marin and Greg Williams, who started the Combat Hunter program. I don't know if you guys know what the Combat Hunter program was. Yep. It was a program in the Marine Corps. Fucking great program. Well, the guys that run that are friends of mine. Greg Williams is the original guy. You know, we got people out there doing their own thing, you know, and creating their own thing off of it. They're the fucking OGs, man. They're about the intellectual aspect, right? Our tactical community needs to be more intellectually diverse on practicing soft skills. Great. I see videos all the time. Beep. Great. Good fucking. I didn't even see you wreck your fucking. That was so fucking fast, man. That's amazing. Your tactical exchange was fucking. Oh, look. 300,000 fucking followers. 300,000 followers on that.
Was that an earthquake? Everything all right out there?
Those happen all the time out there.
Dude, I tell people in San Diego all the time, they're like, I need some classes on preparedness. Okay, what do you want? Well, I'm afraid Korea's going to send an EMP and I'm afraid of a fucking earthquake. I'm like, okay, your house is with 5 miles of the fire zone. Let's talk about what's more realistic and in danger to you. You know, that's the other thing too about preparedness is a lot of people are like, well, I'm prepared for an EMP. Great. You're in a fucking flood zone and you're underground in your fucking bunker. Let's talk about preparedness there, bud. You know, let's think about realities. And I think people think too far on. They're excited about the zombie apocalypse. Well, Bob, you're 5'4" and you're 250 pounds. Trust me, you're not fucking doing anything in the zombie. You're going to be the zombie. Mm-hmm. You're going to be, you know, come on. So, and I know I'm shitting on a lot of people because I'm an asshole, but I'm just the reality. I want people to look at reality and ask themselves, where am I in the reality? What am I doing in reality? Where is reality right now? What logical aspects can I apply to these situations? What rational thinking can I apply here to make me more effective in the outcomes that I want?
But Brady, you know, you bring up great points, right? So just the simple preparedness. Think about this. How many cats have their car parked in the driveway, almost empty on gas? So especially, you know, out there in California, man, wildfire rolls in and you got to boogie out of town because you're going to be a crispy critter. Oh, good luck trying to stop at the gas station with the thousands of other people that are in the same boat, you know? So it doesn't, totally with you on what you're saying. It's not always this tactical application. It's, do you have the sense to go, I might need to put some gas in my tank just so that, hey, if I do need to boogie out because something happens, I've got gas to get out of there. So,
you know, all the points that you're making too, Brady, especially the stereotypes and some of the things that we have to contend with, it's our own fault. This community cannot get out of its own way. And you had a post a couple of, I don't know if it was yesterday or is talking about, you know, don't go all Karen all the time. And you got to laugh a little bit, relax just to be happier. Well, I think if you relax and you start actually listening to what everybody says instead of, hey man, that site wouldn't work because, you know, it's going to break. And, you know, everybody's like looking at all these gear guys and all this other stuff and listen to what people are saying. You might actually learn something and be able to implement it, but we can't get out of our own way. And we do it to ourselves all, you know, people trolling you. And all you're trying to do is teach a skill like, hey man, you know, yeah, those mag changes are great, but why don't we do some ammo management and do, you know, attack reload instead, you know? And then people look, oh, but you need to do that you need to do that. Yeah, but my chances of me having, you know, catastrophic failure or slide lock in the middle of a gunfight is going to be a lot less than you because I've changed my magazine 3 times now. And we just can't get out of our own way. And why do you think that is? Is that something you come across why you think that is?
So there's a guy that I go on live with. His name is Rob Lamb, and Rob is with the VCPG, Veterans Covert Protection Group. And Rob, he's done his fucking thing. He was originally part of Det One when it was first stood up, and then he ended up going OGA for 15 years with Contractor. And one of the favorite things that he fucking says is stop training for the gram and train for the fight. And that's what I think a lot of people do in our community now is they're more about social media and appearing tactical and appearing really awesome and getting that showing off themselves and showing off what they're doing. But when the camera's down, I don't really think they're very honest about the reality of what's happening, right? And I think, and unfortunately, I think social media has really done a disservice to our community. We want to get information out there, but then you got guys out there trying to just show off and show what kind of cool Zev gun they have with their, they got a $400 Glock with an $800 fucking, $800, fucking red dot sight on it, and it's still pretty fucking cool. But that being said, but it's ours. And one of the things I fucking rarely do, because I absolutely loathe, is actually do gun videos. I try and do as minimal as possible because there's always some fucking, I call him Keiths out there with their fucking 1911s, 2 world wars going, that's not how you look. I fucking hate it. It drives me up the wall. I just want to tell every single one of them go fuck themselves. And I know that's not the best response, but I can do it sometimes overtly if I've had enough to eat. But it's just, I don't like doing gun videos. The one person I like watching is Pat Mack. Pat Mack actually has comments. And one of the first videos I saw that he did was he's out shooting and he goes, when you're out there shooting, you do left, right, you might as well say, I quit. And he totally makes fun of the gun community, which I fucking respect him for that. I love, and I respect that man. Absolutely. 100%. He's just one of the sweetest guys that I've actually seen in this community actually talk common sense, and he'll fucking talk with you for days and ages. It's like, oh, it's fucking pretty cool, man. And the gun community is, I think, one of the most toxic fucking communities that we have. Seriously toxic. Oh, yeah. Just the way these guys come at you in comments going, no real shooter will shoot a Glock with stock sights. Bitch, I will outshoot you with factory fucking sights on a Glock. Eat a fucking dick. Like, just because you switch sights, look, and I just want to make this very fucking clear. It's not the sights. It's you. That's why you're low left. Quit jerking the trigger like it's your fucking dick. Every time when I was a fire instructor in Glock store, these guys would come in and they'd say, I'm shooting low left at 25 yards. First of all, fucking 25 yards. You don't think it might be you? Just a fucking cunt here. No, I've been shooting for 30 years the same way, and my range master did the same way. Well, I hate to tell you, fucking Bill, but you and your fucking range master both shoot like dick. Now let's go in the fucking range. I'm going to show you your sights are on. And I'd take my business card, put it in half, a little slit down the cardboard, and I'd split that fucking business card in half with their Glock. And they're like, well, how'd you do that? I didn't jerk the fucking trigger, Bill. And I bet you, Bill, the better you are with this and your trigger, the more your wife's going to like you. Our tactical community can be so toxic sometimes, and they just love to shit on each other like I'm doing now. And, but they can be more supportive towards each other. They see a gun video. Hey man, I like your style. Here's what I like to do. And everyone thinks they're a super underwater ninja scuba sniper fucking Jedi out there, and everyone's an Instagram operator, man. And anything they do, another thing I want to throw out there is, why are the instructors out there with their students at full fucking kit? Why? Dude, for home defense? Why? Look, Joe and Bill are going to get out of their bed at best with their boxers on, with their dick hanging out the fucking hole, trying to scramble to get their gun out there safe to try and go downstairs and find out who's breaking in, because it's one time they get to use self-defense in a situation, right? They're not going to don their full kit. You know, see guy coming down with an arms court helmet, and boxers with this, gun looking for the bad guy, So it's like a lot of the training these days too. These guys are go on Instagram and they show that they're training the high school, high speed operator stuff that most average guy with the AR-15 or Glock or 1911 are never going to do. You're never going to see a guy, you know, clearing his house and throwing flashbangs, but they got him do it. And the reason why is because I think social media and the movies have done a great job, you know, trying to portray this cool guy image, and everyone wants to be the cool guy. And so cool guys get out the cool guy fucking forces and they go try and teach not very cool guys cool guy shit, so they feel like they're cool guy too.
Yeah,
wearing cool guy shit, you know. So it's, I think you are right. We're victims of our own success. We continually perpetuate this image that just isn't reality. And if you don't look cool on the gram, you don't get likes, you don't get follows, and you don't get customers. And that's why the guys do the cool shit, because they want to draw in customers. Because there's one guy out there that saw act of valor and wanted to be a fucking Navy SEAL. He couldn't because some I woulda but bullshit. And now he's out there in full kit that he bought from Amazon with his Anderson Lower fucking AR-15 trying to clear corners. And, you know, he's like, take a picture of me. And he threw it on Instagram. And one of the guys that he went to high school with, or the girl that he couldn't fucking high school, is like, oh my God, that's like so cool. Sorry, I went off on a tangent.
Oh, man. Well, we're going to put all your stuff in the show notes so that people can hit your links. Do you have anything that's coming up in the near future? Like, are any of your classes starting to ramp back up, or things still shut down out there?
I'm actually training. So, I ended up getting a job, and it looks like I'm doing some stuff overseas this year. So I'm training for that because I don't want to show up like a 37-year-old fat fucking pogue to this course. And so I want to make sure I'm doing that. But I do teach land nav on the regular. So if you guys want to come out to San Diego and do a land nav course, I have a 14-point land nav course through the mountains in east of San Diego. But yeah, we have mountains, pine trees, deers, turkeys, and shits, not just a bunch of hipsters drinking fucking craft fermented penguin shit IPAs. So we teach that. So that's what I'm teaching right now. When I come back from doing what I got to do, I'm going to ramp up classes. I do eventually have ambitions to teach classes throughout the country on intro to gray man, intellectual aspects, the gray mind, teach people how to do behavioral analysis, situational awareness, go out and do intelligence collection, counterintelligence, surveillance, counter-surveillance stuff. Just the fun stuff, you know, to keep people more aware, keep their head in the game, and keep their minds sharp and lethal and ready to go. Yeah.
Well, it certainly seems that you have a wide variety of things going on, which I think is awesome. And, you know, thank you for your service and your continued service, you know, helping out with the veterans and stuff. We just love it. And thank you so much for coming on. And again, we're going to go ahead and link all your stuff in there. How long are you going to be gone once you do depart?
Don't know. They haven't told me much about it. So, but should be fun. We'll see what happens. Yeah. So
there you go. A gray adventure.
Yeah.
It's a gray man adventure. Which is funny. It's weird because I've shown up to exec protection gigs and someone's going, "You're the fucking gray man." I'm like, oh, I don't know if this is a good idea.
Yeah, I love it.
So
the guy that blends in, that's got you know, hundreds of thousands of followers. I like it.
Oh, I get so much shit for that. Oh, they're like, oh, the gray man, and you're fucking, you know, got all these followers.
Yeah,
like,
you're invisible.
Yeah. And people, it's like, that's not what the gray man is, man. But luckily for us, we still have to wear masks here in California, so I still get to blend in with a ball cap and mask, and you know, as long as I don't walk around with GMP on the side of my mask, I think I'll be all right.
Yeah, great marketing though.
Absolutely.
Hey, so Brady, how can people get in touch with you? Like, if somebody's wanting to reach out, get a course, train with you, what's the best way for them to contact you?
Oh, easy day. Message me on Instagram, or shit, you can fucking take my phone number down, send me a text, or you know, give me a call, man. Especially if you're a veteran that needs help. If you need someone to talk to, look, I'll get my phone. I don't give a shit. You gotta give my phone number out, and you know, I might get 100 fucking prank phone calls, but if I get one phone call from a veteran that actually needs help and I'm able to help him out, it's fucking worth it. So yeah, give me a call. My number's 760 815-7673. Send me a text. You want a class? And I do private classes and stuff like that. I just don't do big groups, but if someone says, hey, this is what I want to learn, I'll create a course and cater it for them and spend time with them. It's not going to be cheap, but you're going to learn some shit. But you can get a hold of me. My email, brady.pesola@me.com. But Instagram, TikTok, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, follow me on Clapper, which, if you're in the gun community, technical community, cool guy community, I think, missing opportunity to be on Clapper right now is where you should be. There's a lot of features for marketing and connecting with fans and stuff like that, especially for YouTube guys.
Check that out. Yeah.
I've got it written down in my notes, man. As soon as we're done here, I'm going to go check it out. So I need something because IG and Facebook, man, they don't care about 2A. So sitting there struggling. Yeah. So
I hear you.
Well, I tell you what,
awesome.
You're always welcome to come back, Brady. Seriously, if there's something you want to push out, reach out to us and let us know if there's anything we can do to help, and we'll get the word out. It's just a little bit of a show, but we're real proud of it, and we like to do stuff like that.
I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm a big fan of you guys. When you guys asked me on, I was like, So I was pretty excited about it, and I apologize the time confusion on my part, but thank you again, guys. It's been an honor, pleasure. Finally getting to see both of you guys' faces.
Buddy.
Super fucking cool. So I'm super fangirling out right now. So thank you guys.
Well, thanks a
do
lot,
this,
man.
brother. Hold tight once we play the exit, and then we'll sidebar chat when we're done here.
Cheers.
Yeah, hang on, buddy.
All right.
Hey, great show again, Rick. Really appreciate it. Hey,
yeah,
guys,
man.
if you're watching on Facebook and YouTube, man, smash and hammer those subscribe buttons and give us a rating. Let us know what you think about Brady. And like I said, when this goes up, we're going to put it in the show notes so you can get in touch with him. Great guy, great following. Again, thanks for being here, Rick. It's always a pleasure, buddy.
You know it, pal.
All right, man. Take care, guys. See you, Rick.